Hi guys, so Warzone Season 4 is finally here and brings with it a whole list of gameplay and balance changes, one of which is the increase of the base health from 100 to 150 hit points. This change, alongside other small adjustments to various weapons, gave us an all-round increase to our time to kill as well as shots to kill, especially at range. During the previous season of Warzone, the TAQ 56 and Lachmann 556 were both highly selected long-range weapons, combining easy to control recoil with an all-round competitive time to kill. So with the new health changes in mind, which one of these two weapons should be your first choice going forward? And are there any noticeable advantages by choosing one over the other? Well, in this video we'll answer that question by going in depth on both of these weapons, by checking out their base stats, time to kill, as well as the best class setups I recommend using in Warzone. If you enjoy this type of content and want to stay up to date with the best weapons to use in Warzone, then consider subscribing or maybe just leaving a like so we can get this video out to more people. And for the first time in Warzone Season 4, let's get technical. Let's start us off by having a look how these weapons stack up when it comes to their respective damage profiles. Damage per bullet is a good way to measure the raw potential of a weapon, and it's here where we can see the TAQ 56 taking a slight advantage over the Lachmann. The TAQ 56 has an all-round higher damage per bullet in the first damage range, and also beats the Lachmann when it comes to head and chest damage at range. The Lachmann, on the other hand, has a much more consistent damage profile, making shot placement much more forgiving. An example of this is looking at its long range damage per bullet, where an extremity shot will do exactly the same amount of damage as a stomach or chest shot. The more variable damage profile of the TAQ 56 might make the weapon feel more inconsistent, as shot placement plays a much bigger factor in reaching its maximum time to kill. The Lachmann also features a much faster firing rate, making the weapon more forgiving if you don't manage to keep all your shots on target. A faster fire rate can also make up for a lack in damage per bullet, and that's exactly what we see when we look at the potential time to kill of both weapons. The Lachmann 556 has an overall faster time to kill compared to the TAQ 56, especially after that last damage drop off. It kills almost 100 milliseconds faster when it comes to chest shots, and a massive 265 milliseconds faster when hitting extremities. So this gives the Lachmann a clear advantage over the TAQ 56, and it will outgun that weapon in any scenario at range, as long as you can hit your shots. That brings us on to our recoil comparison. Maximum time to kill potential is only possible if you can stay on target, and it's here where we can see the Lachmann once more pulling ahead of the TAQ 56. Not only does it kill faster at range, it is also much easier to control. The Lachmann 556 has almost 50% less vertical recoil and a very similar horizontal recoil pattern. This recoil test was performed with the meta class setup of each weapon, which we will go over now. Since both of these weapons will be used at range, bullet velocity and recoil control will be our main focus. Starting off with the TAQ 56. The RPG D20 combined with the Tundra barrel and TAQ ripper will give us a noticeable muzzle velocity increase, while also assisting us with keeping the recoil down. The AIM-OP V4 will assist with staying on target, while the 60 round mag will provide us with maximum ammo capacity. The class setup for the Lachmann is very similar, also making use of the RPG D20 and TAQ ripper for the recoil and bullet velocity benefits. The raw barrel will complete our recoil reducing attachments, while the 60 round mag will make it possible to engage multiple targets before having to reload. I will also include the tuning for each weapon in the video's description, but let's have a look how these class setups changes the stats of each weapon. Damage range drop off ends up being very similar between both weapons, with the TAQ 56 having a 1 meter further mid range drop off. One area where the TAQ 56 do beat the Lachmann is in its mobility stats. The TAQ 56 has a clear advantage when it comes to ADS times as well as reload times. It is the more mobile assault rifle, but it falls behind when it comes to muzzle velocity. And that might make tracking targets at range slightly more difficult, as you will have to lead your shots more compared to the Lachmann. So with all of the testing and stats in mind, what's the final verdict? I think we all can agree when it comes to long range engagements, the Lachmann 556 is the clear winner. It has a faster, more forgiving firing rate, as well as much higher bullet velocity. It also has a much faster long range time to kill thanks to its more consistent damage profile, while having almost 50% less recoil. The TAQ 56 does have better mobility stats, but that's not necessarily what makes a good long range assault rifle. So that's it for this in-depth look at two of the best long range weapons in Warzone. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one.